Hey guys, Dennis Soda here, back again doing another movie review, and today we'll be reviewing Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, Nightmare on Elm Street is directed by Wes Craven and features Heather Langenkamp, Robert Englund, Ronnie Blackley, Johnny Depp, Sue Garcia, John Saxon, and Amanda Wyss. So the plot of Nightmare on Elm Street is that we follow with these friends, like these small group of friends, like a group of four, I think. Yeah, it's a group of four, and they're being haunted by their dreams. Like they're being haunted by their dreams. Not from anything they did in the past. Not anything that haunted them. That's like haunting them. That like they're thinking of doing or something like that. It's something that's really haunting them. It's this monster. This fucking human like monster who's burnt. He's a human, but like he's burnt. Like he's terribly burnt. He has a dark brown hat and he has a red and green sweater. What else was I saying? And yeah, they're being haunted by him, and he also has how could I not mention this? He also has razor knives for fingernails. So yeah, and they're just being haunted by him, and like they're always dreaming about him every day, and like when they do, and the dude even scratches them or like hurts them in any way, when they wake up, they see that it actually happened. Like they see that their shirts are scratched, their hands are scratched, literally like they're even like thinking that maybe this is real and all of that, like maybe we're not dreaming, like maybe this is real, like maybe these dreams are real. So yeah, and that was fucking scary. So yeah, and from there we follow with this girl named Tina. She like her parents like are her no, not her parents, her mom and her boyfriend are leaving to Las Vegas, and they're leaving her alone, but like she invites her friends to keep her company because like she's been having these really terrible dreams and she's really scared, so she just wants her friends to keep her company while her parents aren't there. And yeah, and like once her friends come over, one of her other friends say that they had the exact same dream that she has, that like this dude has like raised her fingernails, and like when he scratches the walls, they just make a sound like "Ee." Yeah. Tina's boyfriend comes over too, and like they sleep with each other, and then from there, they go to sleep, and they go to sleep once they're done, and once Tina sleeps, she what was I saying? She dies. She actually dies. Like while she's sleeping, like the monster comes for her, and he literally like stabs her like so many times, and like takes her on the ceiling, just stabbing her so many times. And her boyfriend is even seeing that too, and he's really shocked about it. Like he's so shocked he's not even doing anything about it. Like he's just like, what's stabbing her? Like I don't even see what's stabbing her. What should I do? So yeah, that scene was pretty scary. And yeah, and from there, her friends get really sad once she dies. Yeah, like when she dies, her friends get really sad about it, and her boyfriend he runs away because he knows that the cops are gonna question him. And yeah, what else was I saying? Oh yeah, and from there, we follow with one of Tina's friends, who is the protagonist of this movie, Nancy. So Nancy, she's been having the exact same dreams too, and she's always like having these dreams like all the time, and like she's seeing the same dude, Freddy Krueger, in all her dreams, and she's getting really scared about it. Excuse me. So yeah, she's getting really freaked out about it, and she's trying to see what to do and all of that. She's trying to figure out like, is this real or not? Like what is happening? Like she's trying to like see what's happening and trying to like figure out how to stop this. And that's basically the whole plot of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, do I like A Nightmare on Elm Street? Yes, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. This movie is really cool. This movie is really scary. Actually, this is a classic right here. Like this movie is a classic. It is really good. It's really scary, very creepy, very disturbing, very thrilling, and it's just so disturbing. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. This movie's just everything that a horror fan would want. So yeah, And this movie's just like with every scene in it, it's just very creepy. Like the whole atmosphere. Excuse me, I just choked on my spit. It's like the whole atmosphere of this movie, just like you not being able to sleep, like you not being able to sleep, because as soon as you sleep, the man, the monster will literally come for you. Like once you close your eyes, he'll literally be right there. So yeah, that is fucking creepy. Like everyone in this world loves sleeping. Like I haven't met anyone who doesn't love sleeping. So yeah, and that is what people love doing most. That's even some people's hobbies too. And not even being able to do that, like not even be able to sleep. Like when you're as much tired you are, as much you want it, you can't sleep because like he'll just be right there in front of you as soon as you sleep, and they're trying not to sleep, and that is fucking creepy. So yeah, just the whole thing of not being able to sleep is really creepy, and that is what the remake totally missed. So yeah, what else was I saying? What else was I saying? Oh yeah, just like the way this movie's filmed, like the way this movie's filmed, like the camera work, like the way it follows, or the way it follows is really creepy too. The way like just the way this movie's atmosphere, just the way this movie feels is very creepy. Like you can like get so very invested into the story right away. Just right away, you can get very invested in the story, and that is amazing. That's what the remake missed too. Um, and we're not talking about the remake. I'm not gonna do a review for the remake, by the way, because in my opinion, the remake fucking sucks. So yeah. Is there anything else? We're not reviewing the sequels either, because I don't really like the sequels that much. But the only sequel I do like is Part 3, The Dream Warriors. That one's actually pretty dope, actually. But we won't review that one either, because I want to save more time for other horror movies I want to review. What was I saying? What was I just saying right now? Oh yeah, just this movie's really creepy. This movie has like for once a horror movie has some compelling characters. Like a lot of these horror movies I've been reviewing don't even have any compelling characters. This movie has some really compelling characters. Like you can get really invested to all these characters. So yeah, but like the one you can most get really invested for is Nancy, the main protagonist. She is amazing. Like literally, I love her. I love her character. She's amazing. Like you can just get so invested to her. Like every scene she's in, you can get very invested to her character. She is very compelling, and you just feel for her so much. Like you literally feel for Nancy, and that is great. So yeah, and yeah, Nancy was definitely my favorite character in this movie. Actually, not Freddy Krueger, Nancy. So yeah, and I can totally get why Freddy Krueger is legendary now. If you guys saw my review for Friday the 13th, I gotta say that those movies aren't really all that. That I don't get why Jason's like a legendary serial killer. I can totally get why Freddy Krueger is legendary so much. Like literally everything in this movie is legendary of Freddy Krueger. So yeah, this Freddy Krueger, like he's legendary. Like he's a literally he deserves to be a legendary horror culture. What else was I saying? So yeah, just Freddy Krueger in this movie. Let's talk about Freddy Krueger before we talk about any of the other characters. Before we talk about Nancy. Now Freddy Krueger is fucking creepy in this movie. Like literally, every scene he's in is fucking disturbing. Like it literally disturbs you. You get chills and goosebumps everywhere. Like you literally are so shocked. Like you literally like just want to get covered in a blanket or just want to close your eyes. So yeah, they're just really disturbing. Like there's a scene where like he cuts off his two fingers and like green blood comes out. It's just like ew. And there's even a scene where he stretches out his arms and he just scratches the walls. Like he literally stretches his arms, and that seems fucking creepy. What else was I saying? And there's even a scene where like he takes his shirt off and then it just goes whoosh, and his whole blood is green and filled with worms, and it's just fucking disgusting. Yeah, and it's just very creepy, and like yeah, he like every time you dream about him, you're always in his boiler room. The boiler room, he would stay that he would uh excuse me. Uh okay, sorry about that. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, just all the scenes with him just cutting people are really disturbing. Like when he like cuts you, that's very disturbing. Like literally, so much blood comes out, and like there's like literally there's even a scene where he takes. Okay, this movie will contain a bit of spoilers, only a little bit of spoilers, but you can still stay if you want. But I won't describe who or what happens. Like he takes a boy like in his bed and he like literally sucks him in the bed and like in this hole like this small hole he sucks him in there and so much blood pours out of the bed and goes all over the ceiling all over the walls and that scene's just fucking disturbing like literally it chills your bones like it's so disgusting to look at. What else was I saying? And yeah, just Freddy Krueger. Like, there's even a scene where like he's walking through this cell, like he's walking through this prison cell, and when he does, he just walks through it. Like he doesn't even have to open the door or pick the lock. He just walks through it, and that scene was fucking creepy. Is there anything else I should say about Freddy Krueger? And there's even a scene where he even like controls the telephone and like he's talking to Nancy. He's just like, Nancy, I'm your boyfriend now. And he literally took his tongue comes out of the phone, and that scene was fucking gross in a good way. What else was I saying? What else was I saying? Oh yeah, and there's even this scene where he even like I'm pretty sure you all might know the scene, but like he takes his claw out of the bathtub, and that scene was really scary too. And like he sucks Nancy in the bathtub, and he's trying to drown her, and then she barely makes it out. That scene was really creepy too. What else was I saying? Let me think. I think that's it. That's all we should talk about Freddy Krueger for now. So yeah, he was just really creepy in this movie. And this was definitely a good start off for a franchise, definitely. What else was I saying? Oh yeah, now let's talk about Nancy. I really like Nancy in this movie a lot. She was really cool, like I said, and I just really like how like she's so afraid of dreaming and all of that. And she's really tough and all of that. Like, she's really tough. She's more tougher than her boyfriend actually. She's more tougher than her boyfriend. Like her boyfriend is just like, I don't give a shit. I'll just sleep. So yeah, and I just love that a lot about her. How she's a lot tougher than him. She's a lot tougher than all these characters in the movie too. And like whenever, oh yeah, another thing that's really scary about this movie is like, is that like a lot of these characters like are like literally like telling you go to sleep, just have some rest, it'll be fine. And that is fucking creepy. You know it's not gonna be fine. You know she can't have rest. Like you know like rest like sleeping is seems very important. Like they like the adult characters make sleeping sound really important, but that's how it is in real life too. That sleeping is really important, and they're just telling her to just fall asleep. But like when she does, she'll die, and that is fucking creepy. Just them just telling the character the what is it called, the teenage character just to fall asleep. That's just really creepy. What else was I saying? So yeah, and I just love how whenever her mom tells her that, she's just like, fuck you, I'm not sleeping. Do I seem fine to you? I do not want to sleep. Screw sleep. And yeah, just those scenes are really cool. And like I said, she is just really brave in this movie, and I just love that a lot about her. And I just love how at first and I love how like sad she is about for all her friends dying. And I just love how she wants to make Freddy pay for this. Like she really wants to stand up for herself for Freddy and make him pay for for killing her friends and all of that, and that was really cool. What else was I saying? So yeah, those scenes were really cool, and I just love how Freddy is just like just chasing after her while she's just like come and get me, Freddy, come and get me. I'm not afraid of you. So yeah, those scenes were really cool, and I just love how at times she's not even afraid of Freddy. So yeah, that's really cool. What else was I saying? And I love how like towards the beginning, like in like the beginning and the second act of the movie, she's afraid, but then her character arc starts to grow and she does not become afraid. And I love the advice her boyfriend and her mom gives her, like like standing up for yourself is always standing up for yourself is the key. Like it's human nature and all of that, like just standing up for yourself and defending yourself. But sometimes you have to turn your back on something. You have to turn your back on it. And yeah, I love that whole thing about this movie. I love that thing about that whole message to this movie. Yeah. Is there anything else I should say? So yeah, and I just love how Nancy like continue like towards the movie she continually um, starts to go with that advice. So yeah, is there anything else I should say? And I just really love how she's just always refusing to sleep. She's just like drinking so much coffee. She's just chugging the coffee so much. She's eating pills. So yeah, that was really cool. Is there anything else I should say about Nancy? And I do find Nancy very attractive too. Just want to let you know. What else was I saying? What else was I saying? Well, yeah, and I just love how like she's just like she knows when to wake up. You know, like she's always prepared whenever she's gonna fall asleep. So yeah, not always, but sometimes. Yeah, I really like that a lot about her. What else was I saying? I think that's all about Nancy. She was a really cool character, and you can just really get invested to her. And I really liked her mother too. She was a pretty cool character too, and I just love how she's always like trying to get Nancy to fall asleep. Just be like, she's always like, Nancy, just sleep. You need rest. And she's trying to protect her. Like she's not even like telling her the full truth about her Fred Krueger and all her nightmares, and that was really cool because she's trying to protect her. So yeah, she was really cool too. What else was I saying? And I really liked Freddy Krueger's backstory a lot. That his backstory was fucking scary. Like, Freddy Krueger was a child murderer. He killed 20 kids in this neighborhood. Kids that she knew, that all the parents knew, and they caught him, like, and they caught Freddy Krueger, but then like they were supposed to sign something, but they accidentally didn't, so he was free just like that. And from there the parents like try to track him down, and once they do, they find him in the boiler room where he would take all the kids and kill them, and they fill the whole place up with gasoline and they burn it, and all the parents watch as he burns. That was a really scary dark. That was a really scary backstory to Freddy, and yeah, just Freddy's backstory was really cool. So yeah, and I really liked what was his name? Glenn. Yeah, Glenn played by Johnny Depp. Nancy's boyfriend. He was pretty cool too. I just love how he doesn't care all the time. He's just like, Nancy, what if these dreams aren't real? Like, what if you're just crazy? Well, what if this isn't real? Like, just turn your back on it. So yeah, and I really liked that. I really liked him too, and I really liked how he's most of the times giving her company. That I really liked that a lot about him too. So yeah, and I definitely thought they made a pretty cute couple too. And I liked how I liked that scene where he was supposed to give her company while she was dreaming, but then he fell asleep. So yeah, I liked that a lot about him too. And I don't did he ever dream about Freddy Krueger? I think he dreamed about Freddy Krueger a little bit, but he didn't want to believe that it was real. So yeah, I really liked that a lot about him too. What else was I saying? Oh yeah, at times this movie does remind me a bit about it. At times, like it reminds me a little bit about it, cause like that there were these children who are being haunted by this monster, and like they don't even know if it's real or not. Like they don't even know what they're seeing is real, and like they're trying to not believe in this thing. Like they're trying to like give it what it not wants. So yeah, and it's basically it kind of reminds me of it in some ways, and especially because like Freddy Krueger can like take on any forms or turn into anything or make anything happen in his dreams, and it can do that anytime he wants in the town and in the sewers. So yeah, this movie definitely does remind me a lot about it at times, and I can totally see Stephen King taking inspiration on this because this came out before the It book did. So yeah. And I really liked what was his name? Rod, Tina's boyfriend, the one that runs away. He was cool too, and I just really liked how he was having the dreams too, and he was telling that he was just like the scene where they locked him up, and like he's talking to Nancy. He's just like, Nancy, it's like this invisible thing was just attacking her. But what was creepy was that I was having these nightmares about this dude with knives for fingers. So yeah, I really liked him too a lot. What else was I saying? And I really liked Nancy's father too. I liked how he was like the sheriff of the town, and like yeah, he was really cool. And I really liked how he cared for Nancy. Like he cared for Nancy. Like his mom, her mom and dad both cared for him, but you can tell that he cares more about her. So yeah, and that was really cool. But he's not overprotective like his mother is. He's just the right amount protective, and I really like that a lot about him. And I really like how her mother, like Nancy's just trying to like tell him like this is real. Like please come to the house. I'm pretty sure he'll be here. So yeah, I like that a lot about it too. And I really liked Tina in the beginning. She was pretty cool too. She didn't really have much character development, but I liked how scared she was a lot about Fred Krueger and how she wanted her friends to keep her company, but then she died right there. So yeah, that was really creepy too. So yeah, what was I saying? And I really liked the setting, the scenery to this movie, just taking place in a small neighborhood, a small town, and that was really cool too. And all the actors I thought were fine. I thought all the performances were fine. They were all great. I thought Heather Langenkamp as Nancy did a really good job actually. And this was Johnny Depp's first movie, I think. And I thought he did spot on great. So yeah, and Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, great. So yeah, they were all great. Like performances, they were fine. What else was I saying? The soundtrack to this movie I thought was really scary too. Like this movie gave us a Freddy soundtrack, and it was really scary too. And that's what made you get even more invested to the story too. Was the soundtrack too? Like the soundtrack that plays around through the whole movie, just the same dark soundtrack that plays, and you can just really get invested with it too, just with the soundtrack too. What else was I saying? So yeah, and the pacing to this movie I thought was really good too. I thought this movie had a very good pace in my opinion. This movie it was an hour and 30 minutes, but it went by really fast. Like it was really fast for an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, and I thought all the effects looked pretty cool actually. Like I thought all the effects held up today actually. Like a lot of these effects held it up today actually. This movie came out in 1984, but I thought all the effects held up today, and that was really cool. Yeah. What was I saying? And I thought Wes Craven had such a huge heart with making this movie. Like he had a really good heart with making this movie. Wes Craven, he directs horror too, and I like all his movies too. I've seen most of his movies too. They're all really cool too. What else was I saying? Is there anything else I should say? Yeah, the suspense, like the suspense to this movie really worked for me too. Like this movie got really suspenseful with the nightmares too, and it worked for me so much. So yeah. And the way my one major flaw with this movie that makes me really drop it down a grade is the ending. Like the way it ends, at first the way it ends is pretty cool actually, but once it gets to the last shot of the movie, that's what makes it go like, um, what just happened? Could they explain it? Yeah, the ending I didn't think was fully explained actually. I thought the way it ended was just it wasn't really an all that ending to me. Like it could have ended a lot better actually. Like it could have ended way better. So yeah. But the ending was still really scary actually. But I just thought it could have ended better. But I really liked in the end when Nancy was setting up all the booby traps for Nancy so she could get prepared for when Freddy's gonna come. I really liked that a lot. I really liked that whole thing in the end. So yeah. What was I saying? So yeah, but just the last shot of the movie, just the conclusion was not all that to me. So yeah, to rate this movie, I'll rate this movie an A. I really want to rate it an A plus. Like I really want to rate this movie an A plus, but just that ending really knocks it off a grade for me. So yeah, guys, I guess that'll be the end of the review. So bye, and see you all in the next review.